entries and then a couple different techniques that you can do depending on whether you want to control the person or whether you want to continue to hit or whether you want to take them down with a throw or a sweep or something like that. So we're going to kind of keep the entry simple first, and then we're going to show like more striking. Then we're going to show a little bit of controlling and some takedowns. So this one's going to be off of the right straight. So he's going to be coming in with his right straight punch towards my face. I'm going to step to the side. I'm going to parry with my left hand, and then I'm going to wipe across with my right. Again, this itself could be an eye poke to the eyes, a thumb strike to the eyes. If I cut my angle closer, I could actually strike with my knife hand. But I want to move first, block, and then redirect. Once I hit from my eye strike to the face, I'm going to reach and grab, front snap kick to the ribs, then I'm going to side kick to the knee. Okay, pretty simple, using that long range, cutting that angle. So he comes in again, I move and I wipe, I pull and I kick, and I side kick to the knee. Again, later on we can use this hand for some takedowns. So he punches, I move and I parry. So I parry at the wrist, go towards the elbow, reaching towards the eyes. Once I continue to make this circle, I'm going to grab, pull, and kick. So I can use this for balance, but I can also stretch out his ribs so that I can kick towards those ribs. Once I do my front snap kick, I can drop my side kick to the side of the knee or even to the ankle, using this as control in case that other hand was coming. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Good. So now we're going to add a control or a takedown in. This one, what we're going to do is we're just going to do a takedown. So he comes in with the same punch. I parry, I eye strike, I kick, I side kick. Once I hit with my side kick, I'm going to take the same hand that is already holding it. I'm going to step around for armbar into a takedown. 1, 2, 3. I'm not stepping in front. I want to step around, pulling this hand back to my hip. So I step around to where we're almost in the exact same spot. And then from this position, again, I could strike this. I can just drop straight down to take it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step, pull, take it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step in, pull around. So now we're going to reverse it, whether he puts the brakes on or we're just not getting the right energy that we want. He comes in with his punch again. I hit him with the eye gouge. I kick, side kick. I go to do my arm bar, but he takes a big step and he puts the brakes on. Now, as he wants to right himself back up, I'm going to switch the hands and pivot around, taking him down by the wrist. 1, 2, 3, arm bar down. Now again, if I feel resistance and he starts to stand back up, I'm just reversing it in the opposite direction. So another thing we can do is as they're coming down, we could have them run into something. So as he comes in, he gets poked, he gets kicked. As I bring him down around from here, I could bring up my knee. I could bring up my kick. Obviously, that should hopefully finish it or assist in lifting him back up. Now, as I'm bringing him around as well, if I'm bringing him back in this direction here, I could be hitting him with an elbow. I could be hitting him with an arm. So you could be adding these strikes to assist in the direction that you want to go. Comes in slow. I go here, I kick, I hit. As I bring him down, I step back and I bring that knee right up. Again, I can go here or I can kick. As I'm coming up, as I switch, I can hit elbow or I can come across with my forearm. This also will help check that other hand in case he decides he wants to punch. So if I'm in this position and I go to lift him back up, I don't want to eat a punch from here. So as I come back up, again, I can check that hand, I can strike here, or I can just take him down. And when I'm doing the takedown, I want to not go towards this hand. I want to step back and pull him closer towards me. So he blocks, kicks, side kicks. As he brings me around, he's going to fire that knee up or that kick. As I stand up, he can hit me with the elbow across the face, or he could extend that arm across and take me down. So this one's going to be off of a double strike or a jab to a hook or a push to a hook. We're going to defend against the first straight line attack, and then we're going to kind of enter in on the second one. So when he throws his first jab at me, I'm parrying out to the side. So I'm stepping off line and I'm putting my guard up, making sure that I'm far enough away so that he doesn't come around with a hook. Now when he goes to throw that second strike, I'm going to crash in. I'm going to hit with our koken or the back of the wrist. You can also do a knife hand, palm. I'm using the koken. Then I'm going to circle it down as I step around. Again, I can hit with the koken again. I can hit with the forearm, ridge hand. Doesn't really matter. Once I strike to the jaw, I'm going to cut the back of the head. I'm going to strike with my elbow, pull the head down. Again, knee can go to the body, or I can come here and come over the top if he's blocking it. First punch, I parry it. Second, I block it. I strike, elbow, knee, whatever you want. Parry to the side. Second one, I'm coming in. Immediately, once I make contact, I'm hitting this arm and passing it around. Once I hit here, I can strike with my elbow, fire up with my knees, and we can follow up with all sorts of fun striking after that. 1, 2, 3. Boom, circle and strike, elbow, and knee. Now we're gonna add some takedowns in there. So he comes in with the first punch, I can parry it. Again, I could softly parry it or I could be hitting it, but I want to not get hit by this one. Anticipating that second one's coming, I'm going to crash in. Once I circle through, as I hit, I'm also going to come low with my other hand towards his lower back as I step around. So I circle from here, this is going to hit, and I'm going to step through, taking him down. So he comes in again, I go 1, 2, I strike. As I step through, I can get to here, I can pivot, bringing him down in front of me, or I can do the same angle with the sweep. So he comes in again, 1, 2, I hit, I step in, sweep the foot out. And that'll keep him a little bit tighter towards me instead of getting farther away. So he comes in with the first punch. Second, I immediately strike again with whatever I want. I'm going to step around. I'm using the lower back from here as I kind of point down on an angle. I project down. And this one I'm going to pivot around, bringing him back more around in a circle, like I'm bringing him down to my side. And then the last one's going to be straight back, but we're going to do the sweep. So he comes in, bang, bang, I strike, I step through, sweep the foot out. This one's going to be off of the roundhouse or the hook punch. The big haymaker. When we can see it coming from far away, we're going to kind of cut on the inside of that circle, trying to jam up that other hand. So when he throws his hook punch, I'm going to kind of step on the inside And again, I'm checking this hand, or I could be striking right off the bat. I could be coming on the inside, following his arm up towards his head. When he comes in again, I could check his hand and come off with some sort of strike right from here. But I want to be aware of that opposite hand so I don't get hit by a 1-2 pretty quick. And the other way I could slow that down is as he goes to throw that hook punch, I can kick first and then close that distance. But once I get in, I don't want to stay there for too long. So he throws his hook punch, I check it, I come in with my strike, I'm going to control this hand. As I control this hand, I'm going to roll it up by twisting, and then I'm going to kind of lift and strike with my forearm underneath his elbow. As I go to do that, I'm going to pull it back as I kick his foot forward. Once I get him in this position here, I can continue by switching my hands. I can drag him down the rest of the way. I can check, strike, I'm going to hit and kick. Once I get there, I can kick the groin. I can stay in this position if I want. I can just lock up his hands, or I can switch. So I'm going from the hand that's on his wrist, switching up towards his elbow, pivoting around, dragging him down for our locks. So he punches, and I could kick, jam it. I could just come in and jam it. I could just strike right off the bat, but I want to take care of that hand as quick as possible. So he comes in again. I'm going to check it, come in with my strike. I'm going to grab as I hit this. I'm going to pick up, pulling it back towards me as I kick his foot, as I start to circle to this other side. Now I can switch my hand, I can knee, I can strike, I can drag him straight down for our controls. Again, bang, 2. From this position, I can switch, I can strike, I can grab fingers and controls, all sorts of fun stuff.